I'm doing the Ubering, and my phone is kind of weird, so I'm trying to get it to do what I want it to do. Happy to see you guys. I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. And we're doing Uber Eats for two reasons. We ain't doing that. $4 for a 30-minute trip. We ain't doing that. We're doing Uber Eats to put a thick down payment on a house, and also to raise for this group home called the James House. Two things at once. 2 for 1. Here we go. And I just found a dime. I'm gonna put it in my pocket. Hold tight. Hold on 1 second. We gotta go deliver this pizza to Cassie. Hold on a second. Hey, Cassie?
Yes.
Woo-woo.
Thank you.
You're welcome. See you later. Bye. All right. Delivered that bad boy to her. I'm gonna tell you about this dime I just picked up. Since I was a child, your girl done picked up so many pennies, quarters, whatever. And the people around me used to... Okay, we could do that. It's $4 for a little 13-minute trip, which is perfect, because that's how long. Oh my gosh, it's at Taco Bell. Okay, here's the thing. This Taco Bell, we're gonna go to it only because I kind of have time. I have until 7:30 with you guys. Oops. Sorry. Oops. We didn't do the green. Put that with the one time. Okay. I have until 7:30 with you guys anyway. But this particular Taco Bell, they literally don't care. They like staff it with teenagers. They don't talk to you. They don't do nothing. And I've walked out of that Taco Bell twice, because one thing about me, it's like I'm doing this, but I'm also, I don't know how much like I don't like need it. Oh no, we're going to Popeyes. Shout out to Popeyes. We can go to Popeyes. If it takes, I set my timer when I get up in there. Ben, you were supposed to, I don't know if Ben's in here. Y'all need to help me click the stop new request button, because Lord knows I'm gonna be like, one more order. Ugh, one more order. One more. $7 more. That's me. Whole hot mess in these streets over the Uber Eats. It's addictive, because you're just literally minding your own business, picking up people's food. But anyway, when I was a child, people used to laugh at me because I'd be like, give me that penny. Give me that penny. And I'm probably dating myself, but you used to be able to get a candy bar for like less than 50 cents. So my logic was always like, 100 pennies is $1. And y'all
right on Expo Parkway.
Y'all ain't giving me any money, right? So if I pick up 100 pennies, like keep my eyes peeled for the 100 pennies, then eventually I'm gonna have 2 pieces of candy that y'all weren't trying to get for me. You feel me? Like, that's always kind of been my mentality. And as I got older, it just
ahead
turned into
Grand Creek Road.
Turned into other things. You know what I mean? I've never been really afraid to roll up my sleeves and I mean, you be out here you can create $1.
Turn right on Grand Creek Road.
You can create $1. And especially if you have skills somebody wants. One time when I was 15, I don't know what was up with it. This random dude, because I dropped out of school 7th grade, 8th grade, 9th grade, 10th grade, and it was either 9th grade or 10th grade. Oh, it was 10th grade. I would just go to Barnes and Noble during regular school hours, like your regular 8 to 4 or whatever. I would just go to Barnes and Noble and study whatever subjects I wanted to study, like human behavior, psychology, philosophy, like self-improvement, languages, whatever it was I was trying to do. I would do that during that period. Why nobody, because I looked like I was 12 until I was like 20. Why nobody to this day, I'll never understand it. Nobody like intervened on my behalf. Like, who is this child running around on the streets? Anyway, this man who was a playwright paid me to type up his documents, his play. And I thought that was pretty dope. And the reason why is at 15, so laptops weren't a thing. I know I'm really dating myself. Nobody had a laptop. And where people had computers, because I told you guys I grew up, I just looked up I'm from Evanston, Illinois, and it popped up on Google, like, is Evanston a wealthy town? And it's like, yes, Evanston. So anyway, because it kind of is. It's like upper middle class, maybe. Upper middle class, upper class. Not me, not us.
Turn
sitting
left,
there.
then turn right.
We got there through Section 8. I always want to be super clear. There's no fronting over here. We got there through Section 8. So that's why when people are like, Lakeitha, you talk like you're white, it's because that's the environment I grew up in, but we were in the only apartment building there, so. And by the way, it was like, Evanston's very, very diverse. We just lived in the white area of town. Like, the mayor was black, the police captain was black, and my mom was friends with all those people. She just had me around a lot of white people for some reason. That's why I talk the way I talk. Okay. We're here for Ross. You feel me? I forgot what I was talking about. Anyway, we out here making money. The title is I came to do one thing, baby. Baby. One thing. You know what it is? Is to pursue the smile. I came to pursue the smile by doing 3 things. And that's prioritizing the Lord, my physical health, and persistent education. I know they do not. Is this Popeyes? They got the door locked. Okay, we gon'. Are we really open? It says open till 11 p.m. or later. Am I tripping? The lobby? Oh, is only open until 7. Context clues, people. Don't be out here. Anyway, I was thinking earlier, I went through prayer night yesterday. And it's the only time, because they put the soft music on and it's kind of dark. And you could kind of like sit over by yourself. Like, I don't sit with I sit far away in the corner, like, for show. Don't talk to me. And I just like kind of ask the Lord. It's like the only time where, like, because somebody's playing like a keyboard softly And the way my brain works is like I need a little bit of like stimulation. So sometimes I try to think or pray, or be mindful or whatever, kind of to myself in my house, but it doesn't always work the way I want it to because it's too quiet. Anyway, the word for yesterday was to focus. If you guys follow this channel, I got a lot going on, baby. There's a lot going on in these streets. Okay, let's pull up on them and see what's good with Ross. Y'all ready? Can we get the food? Woo! Hey, I'm here for Ross.
Alrighty. My one thing is that I do have to have you stop at the speaker box. I'm gonna grab that for you right now, but it's just a little bit easier for us to come and grab it for you.
I have to go back around?
No, I'm gonna grab it for you right now, but just for like future.
Oh yeah, I don't know. This is my first time. The door was locked and
That's
everything.
totally
I was
okay.
like, what's going on?
Thank you so much. I'll grab that for you.
All right, thank you. I told y'all we needed to stop at the speaker box. Oh, thank you. Put that right there. Thank you. Yeah. You don't put it on the ground. The food is always going on the ground because you ain't gonna grease up. You ain't gonna grease up my seats. You know why? Because that happened before, and it's $300 to detail my car. And it's a little counterproductive if you're going to be putting grease spots on your car. And then, so you have to turn around and spend $300 to clean it up. Y'all ready? Let go. Pull up, hop out. Okay. Oh, this is gonna be easy.
Turn right.
I can't wait. I'm kind of done with the day. Yeah, I just need to focus a little bit. And for me, I mean, it's always the default. Always the default when too
Turn
much.
left.
That's it. That's when too. Oh. Okay. I was surprised. You see how quick this was? We go pull up. I don't know how disrespectful this is. When I do Uber, I really feel like I'm a park as close to the door as possible. And I don't care what anybody says about it. All these cars are nice, so this must be a nice hotel. And this is for Ross, room 422. How much did Ross pay? We're gonna send Ross an "I've arrived" message because room 422 sounds a little. Oh, and then it says meet in lobby. What are we doing, my guy? It says room 422 and meet in lobby. Anyway, when in doubt, you know what you need to do? And no, the answer is not do the double. Shout out to River City Eats. When in doubt, you need to prioritize the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. Like if you don't know what the next step should be, you're confused, you know what I mean, in life, you want some different outcomes than what you've been getting. Prioritize the Lord, your physical health, and go learn something. Okay. I don't know if he's gonna hold on 1 second. Hey, you look so serious for a guy getting Popeyes. Have a good one. Hey. All right. Confirm the delivery. That's a wrap, guys. We're done. I've been doing this since 3:30 today. And it's kind of funny. Here's some free game for you guys. If you're at all interested, if you're not already on your financial journey, one of the first things you want to do is create a budget. It's the same. I mean, people hate when I say it. If you want to lose weight, like, you have to count your calories. Like, you have to know. You got to get you a little Fitbit, which is like $60. You know, and if you're like, oh, I don't even have $60, it's like, but you have McDonald's money. Do you know what I mean? Like, you'll come up with money for the things that you want to be spending it on. Like, you just will. Like, if somebody was like, your power's getting shut off tomorrow unless you come up with $100, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna ask somebody for money. You're gonna figure it out. And it's the same thing. It may not seem like you need a fitness tracker. You could probably get one off of Facebook Marketplace. It doesn't even have to be a Fitbit, but just something so that you know what calories are going out of your body. And then you also need to know what calories are going into your body, right? And then once you know that, you could be like, okay, now all I need to do is put less calories in my body than what's going out of my body. And it's as simple as that. And then you're losing weight. Same thing with money. How much money is going out every month? Oh, I only make $4,000. The only amount of money that's coming in is $4,000 per month. But I'm spending $4,500 per month. If you don't like take the time, you know what I mean, to figure that out, what do you think is, then you're going into debt, my guy. And then you're going to cry about it, how houses are too expensive and people don't pay a living wage and all the crying that goes on. And not to say that there's some amount of validity to it, but it's also like, if you know at some point, right, you do your budget and you're like, I need to make more money. Right? And you put all your goals in. Then you need to get a new job. And then to even get the new job, people don't talk about. I feel like people like me look at people who aren't making what they want to make and judge them. And it's like, just make more. But I think the better discussion surrounding that is like, how do you do it? Right? I was talking to a young man who's like, I think he's 21. And we were telling him that we were coaching, like, you can't be making $15 an hour and you're trying to get married. Like, that's not, and your girl is actually beautiful. He doesn't know it. She doesn't know it. Her self-esteem is really low. But if her this is not for nothing, but if her self-esteem wasn't so low, like if she took care of her hair and her skin, she really does look like a model. And like, anyway, he has her. You want to marry this woman, and it like, as some I don't know how men think. If men think, are there men here Do you think when you get married, like, oh, I need to create a life for us? I wonder that. Are there any men here on the stream right now? Do you think to yourself, like, I need to create a life for us? Or do you think, like, I'm coming just as I am? Which is fine. I mean, there's a girl out there that would tolerate that, clearly. But anyway, we were telling him, like, you need to make some money. You want a honeymoon, you want to get married to this girl. And we were telling him that, and he was like, but how? I don't know how to do that, right? And then one way is just like, I watch a lot of like entrepreneur content, and everybody's selling these self-improvement courses, but really, like, everything you need is online already. Like, everything you need is kind of already free, like, especially the level, and myself included. You're trying to become an entrepreneur or have a skill. You're not, like, you don't really need to pay somebody $1,000 to teach you the skill, because you're at the very beginning stages of it. So there's not even like a point. Like, you could learn it on your own if you wanted to. And so that's what we were telling them. It's like, you need to just get some more skills. I tell young people all the time, stop smoking weed. Weed is going to slow you down. Every time. You know? And then they argue. Whenever somebody argues with me about weed, I'm like, all right, that's you. I mean, that doesn't have anything to do with what I've got going on. I'm just letting you know. You know, drinking, you know, I would go so far as even like a Kindle instead of reading actual paper books. That's just me, though. You don't have to listen to me. I'm just a lady on the internet. But as for me, what I really want to focus on right now, and really what I would encourage anybody just to like start at the very basics, is get to a point in your life where you are prioritizing God, your physical health, and the pursuit of some type of knowledge. You could be learning about Pokemon land, or I don't know where Pokemons come from, or even if it's Pokemons, more than one Pokemon. I don't know anything about it, but my point is, you could learn about them. I wouldn't recommend. It's not fruitful to you to have that knowledge, but people like all sorts of stuff. You know? But yeah, that's where I'm trying. That's where I'm trying to be in the world. I'm gonna pull over in a second so I can look at the comments. I hope a man responded to my comment. Let's pull over right here. Why not? Ain't nobody trying to get run over. It's a pet emergency center. It's lit. It's a Rubicon. I once made a song about chilling in my Rubicon with my rubies on, thinking about the studio, but I don't know. It's called In the Studio. Poppy says, hey. Poppy says, if you had $10 million, what would you do with it? If I somehow like inherited 10 million or whatever, I would call, like, immediately, I would call my foster parents and have them recommend me a financial advisor. And the only reason why I would call my foster parents is because with that amount of money, I would want people around me that had my best interests at heart, that would give me the best information. And there's very few people on this planet who I would trust, or my cousin, my cousin, because he's probably closer to that. But I would, yeah, that's what I would do. I would ask my cousin for a financial advisor recommendation, because I know he would protect me. I don't have that type of money. I don't have experience with that type of money. And so one dumb thing you could do is go out and purchase something. Another dumb thing you could do is tell somebody about it. Because then all of a sudden, somebody's going to want something. For the James house, I mean, if I had 10 million, what I would want to do with it without talking to a financial advisor is just get the James house up and running. And so I would need to, but even that I would have to wait, because I would need the right people in place to make it successful. Like, I historically have been a group home manager, so I can tell you about the interior of a group home and how to like manage it. But as far as being an executive director, one thing I know is you need to put like a fundraiser in place, like you need to put a program developer in place, and then all of these people, like the James house is like my vision, right? And so to even put the right consultants in place, that's why the James house is a 10-year endeavor. It's a slow burn for a reason. We want to make sure that this is done right, so these boys, this is an opportunity. This isn't just like these boys need a home and then they go to the James house, right? So just for context, a little bit about it, each boy would have his own bedroom. Each boy would need, and there would be house parents that are committed to being there, most likely in 4-year cycles. So what we're talking about are like missionaries from a church, essentially, that are out on the field. And then you've got staff. Who's going to clean a 5-bedroom house? You trust 4 boys to clean a 5-bedroom house? You know what I mean? Like, who does that? Who does the lawn care? Who's teaching them to be men? To put 2 parents in the house alone with 4 boys and teach them how to be men. Where do you find people like that in 2025? Like, we're not trying to be reckless. Oh, you're a Christian and all of a sudden you get in charge of 4 boys. That's reckless. That is reckless. Think about the people at your church. We are what? The sick, not the healed. So alone, just to find a couple that is sturdy enough, proven in their life through finances, through ministry, through temperament, through education, because the idea is that the boys would be homeschooled, even to get a teacher to come in and teach them with a biblical curriculum. Like, a lot is going into this, and this will be an opportunity for 4 boys throughout the country. They'll be interviewed, and then they still have to say that they want to live here. It's not your typical type group home. Do you understand? And the fact that there's an absence of mental illness and behavior disorders, like, We're trying to send you to college, trade school, whatever, at the end of it. The idea is to introduce God-fearing, God-discipling young men whose intention is to contribute to the community in a biblical way upon them leaving the James house. That's not an overnight thing. And those aren't all the skills that I have. I'm also a woman, right? We need to get men on the board that know what it takes to raise. Women shouldn't be raising men. We got a lot of, So 10 million straight to the financial advisor. I wouldn't even get my Forerunner or my G-Wagon. I would wait for them to tell me what I could do with it. Swimming Pig says hello. Hello, Justin. Hello. Jared, dollar create. That's what I'm saying. Create the dollar. You can create the dollar. I had some rich woman, and she was nice enough, nice Christian lady, but she was older, and she divulged that she had been well cared for financially her entire life. And I was telling her, she thought I was saying like prosperity gospel, like the Lord will bless you if you just tithe. I ain't talking about none of that. What I am talking about is the Lord provides you with opportunities for you to grab a hold of. And we, like, for some reason, aren't always on that type of time to go grab the opportunity. The example I use is, you hate hot dogs. You also need a job. You pass by the hot dog factory and it says, we are hiring. And you say, I hate hot dogs. And then go on and complain about how you're broke. That's what the Lord does. The Lord will drop little opportunities and stuff for you. I had a guy, a passenger, and he was like maybe 60. And he was like, man, if I had Uber and DoorDash and all these things, that he thought I was younger than I am. He's like, that you kids have today, I would never go home. I would just be making money. And I was telling you guys, I saw a podcast, and it was some dude who was a millionaire by the time he was 19. He was doing hair. He started doing hair in a salon at 16 around 30-year-old women. And it came into his head because the 30-year-old women had children. And it came into his head to work like you have kids. And I don't know if y'all got kids on here right now, but I remember really, with my youngest, I remember one time I worked, and it wasn't uncommon, actually. It was just an incident happened because I was short-tempered. I regret it. But I worked 24 hours straight, and it was sleep, boom, little 6 hours, boom, wake up. I don't recommend that. I would recommend prioritizing your sleep. But I'm saying the rent had to be paid. And a little foster care stipend, they're not really paying you anything that's sustainable for a teenager. It was maybe like $700. Those of y'all that got kids, $700 isn't really rent. I mean, the rent alone, that doesn't cover even half the rent. Let alone food, clothes, activities, none of that. So when he said at 16 he knew to work, like he had kids to feed, by 19 he was a millionaire because he didn't have kids to feed. And I was like, when I heard that was like 5 days ago, I was like, I don't work like I got kids to feed. Are y'all working like you got, and maybe of different priorities? But let me tell you why these two things are important. The James house and me purchasing a home. Number one, me purchasing a home means that I can like relax a little bit, because rent, if y'all don't know what's going on, they can hike your rent up whenever they want to. And if you think you're in a lease and you're chilling for the year, they can sell it And so the lease is over if it transfers owners. And now all of a sudden your 1,200 is 1,700. You're sitting up here wondering what happened. There's no peace in renting. I would rather buy and deal with like a broken roof or something, because at least when I get the roof figured out, it's there for 40 years. I don't have to worry about it again. But rent is like constantly, and I'm okay, obviously. Like, I'm cool, I'm chilling. But it would be great, right, to just have some peace of mind that my housing price is fixed. Also, low key, what I like to do is buy acreage and then sell it to the James house when it's time, right? So that's one thing I'm doing, is just creating a larger down payment for the house I want, and really the land I want. And then the James house, you can't ask somebody to cut you a check for $1 million and you're coming to the table with zero, right? At least I need to come to the table with like 100,000, right? And so that's part of what I'm doing too, is raising capital and then talking to people, and got the Pursue the Smile merch while we're at it. So it's just like a constant hustle. And for the most part, it's fun. I like doing the YouTube and all this sort of stuff. God says home is where the heart is. That's what's up. I know that's right. Poppy says, I never got DoorDash or Uber Eats, anything like that. When I worked at Taco Bell, someone would order a blue freeze all the time. And I'm like, you just turned a $3 drink into a $700 drink. Right. Ain't nobody. The thing about digital is you don't own it. And they can take it at any crypto. Pokemon is from Japan. Pokemon cards. Actually, I know that because Pokemon cards, I guess people like what's called, people like sell them, buy them, sell them, trade them. And I forgot who I came across. But they had a lot of money and a really nice car, and their whole thing was Pokemon. And I was like, I didn't know. And they broke it down to me that it's like super profitable and the rare blah blah blah. Ain't nothing I know about. It's nothing I really want to understand or know about in the grand scheme of things. But people are really winning out here with the Pokemons. I don't know where I'm at. I'm following a bus because I don't know where I'm at. But anyway, just to bring it all home, another thought I had actually was to just buy a trailer and then stack up all my coins. The issue is, what if you buy you know what I mean? Because here you can get a trailer for like 30,000, 40,000. There's some right here, and they look like crap. But let me go. I just wonder, like, how long can you sustain? How long are they sustainable? You know, like if you got a $40,000 trailer, could you have it for like 10 years, and then you save up like a nice down payment within 10 years, and then you purchase your house? But the way housing prices are going, and the way corporations, I forgot what they said, like by 2030, it's over 60% of homes, single family homes, will be owned by corporations, and they're not letting them go. And they're buying them until they legislate it. This is the scary part. Okay, I just convinced myself out of it, getting a trailer. But the scary part is, if corporations are now your landlords, if you thought about it, what do you think? What do you think? So, if I, Lakeitha, owned all the houses in town, right? And I also have a candy store, right? And you need a place to think it through. If Lakeitha Incorporated owns half the town in housing, and I own a candy store and a bakery and a grocery store, and you need housing, what do you think is the next step? And I gotta be careful. YouTube actually blocked my comments. I went to go look at my YouTube turned my comments off of a video, the conformed or transformed video. What do you think would happen with Lakeitha Incorporated? You think maybe you would come work for Lakeitha Incorporated? And one of the incentives is that you get to live in a Lakeitha Incorporated house. And now you might be dependent. Think about it. Think it through, people. Like, it's really scary. And then now you're dependent on Lakeitha Incorporated for housing and employment. And don't let Lakeitha Incorporated control the grocery store too. What do you think is gonna happen, people? It's not a good thing. And that's why I tell, when people are like, oh, I can't afford a house, it's like, who told you that? You better get your credit score up. That's the first thing you could work on. Get your credit score up, which might mean you pay off the collections and the blah, blah, blah. You can go to, somebody help me out. Is it creditkarma.com? You can go to one of those things, or you can go get your credit report, figure out what you owe in collections, pay it off. And what you do, you call them, you set up a payment plan, or if you can pay it all off, you can pay in bulk. Like if you owe $500 and you could pay $500 right now. Like I just did that. I owed $1,400 on a medical bill, and they were like, oh, I was like, can I pay it off at one time? They were like, yeah. And then it became like $1,150 or something like that. Do you know what I'm saying? Figure it out. Get your credit together. Get your money together. If you're single, it'll be hard. It just is what it is. It'll be hard. If you got a man, you got a girl, figure it out together. You're in really good shape if you have somebody to go through it with. If you're single trying to pay off these bills, that's tough. That's tough. But somewhere along the way, they sold y'all a dream that it can't be done. And the only reason you believe that is because they discouraged you. And you settle. If you're making $15 an hour, no, probably not. A house is not for you. But then and if you're of sound mind and able-bodied, and you make $15 an hour, You can't don't stop, you, or at least around me, you can't complain. You better figure it out. Go to your supervisor. You should always be looking for another job. My resume is on, and I like my job. I just got a little promotion. Still on Indeed. Still on LinkedIn. Do you know what I'm saying? Like, don't ever, I can like my job all day long. Park right here. You can like your job all day long. You know, and also I think it's funny because in social services, people will be like, my clients will miss me and blah, blah, blah. They'll forget about you. I don't know who needs to hear this. If you're in social services, you are not as important as you think you are. Nobody is, let me put it, everybody's replaceable. And they're selling people like a hardcore dream. You don't need God. You don't need to be in shape. I'm telling you, even in the last days, who did he mention will be in the most trouble? The pregnant ladies. Get yourself in shape. Get yourself right with the Lord. Repent. Get you some skills, some tradable skills. That's another thing. People talk about, oh, we should live in a bartering society. What do you have to barter with? What do you do? Like me, I don't really have I have social skills. I don't even have hard skills, hard knowledge. I don't know. Somebody was trying to describe a construction scene. I was like, I don't know what a backhoe is. I just know that it's see? So me too, right? Get you, and if you don't have skills to trade, get you items to trade. And I'll let you guys look up online what are tradable items and then collect those. But anyway, if you want a house, don't let them people tell you you can't do it. Don't let them tell you that it's a setup. I'ma say it right now. I know I keep talking about programming and all this and it's just because, like, bro, sometimes I look around, and this is why I had to make my algorithm. I'm like actively making my algorithm like all workout stuff and all like cats and dogs and cupcakes and stuff, because I look around and I'm like, why would you let somebody tell you that you can't do something? Especially if you live in America. Like, why would you? And it's like, it's all part, like, it's designed that way for you to think that way. How old was the medical bill? This was like instant. I got it. Like, I got a little whoop-de-whoop done at the doctor's office. And then it was like $1,400. I should have thought about it. I just paid a $4,000 bill. But I knew that one was kind of coming. I got another one. Do you know what I mean? But really, the older bills, like I had maybe like a $3,000 bill. I have one I'm not paying. I'll tell you, Mercy Hospital. I got there. They misdiagnosed me and were so rude and mean to me while I was suffering. And then I went to an urgent care for $50. They diagnosed me correctly and I was fine 3 days later. But for that, I ain't paying it. I ain't doing it. Laura Poppy says, okay, making sure, because you were talking about credit, and I would never suggest paying anything over 5 years. Yeah, and at 7 years, it falls off. At 7 years, it falls off anyway. But I'm just saying, like, figure out your finances. Here we have like a financial literacy class program. It's called Homeward. I had a 300 credit score in 2018. 2018, I had a 300 credit score. And now they call me 750Kei. And I'm way beyond. Nobody calls me 750Kei. Last year, I was trying to get people to call me 750Kei and nobody would do it. But I'm just telling you, like, if you work on it and it's not an overnight thing, people think, oh, they say don't have the avocado toast. What does it matter? $100 a month. It's like, dummy. How you do one thing is how you do everything. If you spend $5 on avocado toast, you spend $5 on coffee. You spend $5 on a piece of cake. That's not your only thing you're spending. So just cut it off. Cut the beast off at the head. Poppy says, yes, but if you talk to them and make payment arrangements or say you'll pay, it resets the statute. Poppy, you got to pay it. It's okay if it sets the statute. You got to pay it. You got to get rid of that collection. You just do. And you have to work really. Let's say you had $10,000 in debt. Poppy says, not really. If it goes after 7 years, you no longer have to. Well, I mean, you got to use wisdom, right? Like the one hospital bill that was like maybe 6 years ago. And I'm resentful about it anyway. So I always said that one's gonna fall off. But in 2017, when I got serious and I was like, oh, I want better credit because I see how it works for other people. It didn't matter what I had going on. Oh, Poppy said, but I'm a debt collector. I'm not allowed to give credit advice. Yeah. True. I would say this. It just depends on what your goals are. For me, it was just to have better credit for what could be in the future. I didn't even imagine I would be here right now. And it was actually 2 years ago, I was listening to a podcast with Jackie Hill Perry and her husband. True story. And they were talking about how they didn't know. They went into a car dealership and they were talking about how you could tell them what you're going to pay for your car. And they were like, yeah, when you have good credit, when you have like the best, what is it? I have excellent credit. When you have excellent credit, you can go into the dealership and tell them what you're going to pay for the car. I didn't believe it. And so I held on to my car for a minute. And then one day I went in, this car I have right now, I went in and I told them what I was going to pay for the car, which is not what they were selling it for. And I have this car now. You know, and I know it sounds like, oh, easier said than done, or like, what did you do, or whatever. And it's like, I had like the best credit. I had the best credit, and I traded my Volvo in for this. This is not a Volvo. This is like a regular car, not a luxury car. Traded it in, and I was like, I'm gonna pay this, or I'm gonna go somewhere else. And they tried to like go back and forth, and they're like, finally he came through, and he was like, so you're saying if we sell this to you for this price, you'll cut us a check right now? I was like, yeah, and I'll come pick it up tomorrow. That's what happened. You know, Poppy says, yeah, mine has been around 800 since I was 16. 800, 850, slightly lower now, like 750, 780, because I have a house. Yeah. You know? And even if you think about it, even to get a loan, a mortgage loan, you need like 680. You need a 680 credit score. So it's not even Like, we're talking like higher numbers, and I'm just trying to see how high I can get my credit. But you really, once you hit like 720, you don't even really have to be all the way up there, but you can get a mortgage loan at 680. That's all I'm saying. Is like, pay your bills off, get a plan. Don't let anybody tell you like can't do, like you can't do something. You got, I mean, because people are doing it, right? Like, if you're like, oh, I can't do something because I'm black. It's like, well, but I see these black people over here doing it. Oh, I can't do it because if you guys know, and there's like a whole thing about natural hair being unprofessional. Oh, I can't do it because I have dreadlocks. Well, all these people, I can't do it because I grew up in poverty. Well, but these people, I can't do it because I'm a woman. But she's over there. Pay attention, and then pay attention to who's telling you what you can't do. I just had this conversation with a liberal, actually, and I was like, you know, conservatives, people can be very racist. I think conservatives can be very racist. I'm not one of these black people that's with the okie doke. I see what time it is. Also, liberals can be just as racist with the, oh, look at you, you never had anything, so you don't have to try as hard. Get out of my face. You feel me? Get out of my face. You can do whatever you want. Anyway, as for me and my household, we will serve the Lord. What else will we do? Take care of our bodies, our physical health. What else will we do? Keep our minds together. Combat that dementia, the Alzheimer's, the mental illness. And we're going to focus on this. That's all I wanted to really tell you guys. For the rest of the year, New Year, it's already kind of in the works. There's like a pop out. I would like to pop out. I almost popped out in September. And I was like, hold on. Let's get the ducks in the row. Let's get rid of the fat on my belly. I want, in every regard, I feel like this. People who know me personally, I'm a pretty solid person, and sorry, my nose is itchy. I am who I say I am. You know what I mean? And I'm like terribly imperfect, but I'm a godly woman. I'm an honorable woman. You guys online, like, you're not like with me, so it's like you can take my word or you can, but anyway, I want to appear it as well. Like, since I'm talking about physical health, people around me see I'm in the gym and they see I'm competing, but if you just looked at me, I look fat. Actually, I'm very like muscular under all this fat. I want to have the appearance. I want to embody physical health. I want to body godliness. I don't really know what that looks like because I'm me, baby. I'm me. I don't know how much more godly I can. You know what I mean? But, and then I want to be knowledgeable about the things I want to be knowledgeable about. I'm not knowledgeable in all the areas in which I seek knowledge in, which is not every, but the things I want to know about. You understand? My supervisor says anything above 720 is just bragging rights. Yeah, that's true. You don't really need it over a 720 credit score. Poppy says, speaking of health, I am so proud of myself. You said something like 35 pounds. Hold up. I'm putting this here because I want to go home. And ever since you said that, I think it was yesterday, Poppy, you were like, oh, look at those houses. I'm over here like, ooh, I don't want. I mean, to keep it a buck, it's less of me not wanting anybody to know where I live. Baby, you don't want to come to my house. So, I mean, I'm just trying to, oh, let me see here. There we go. Yes, but it's not that. What is it? Oh, heck yeah. I took out the chicken. Y'all ever feel like children? Like you forgot to take out the meat? I always forget to take out the chicken, forget to take out the beef, forget to take out the fish from the freezer. And then I'm upset and I go to get fast food. I go get some fries. And I don't know if you guys noticed, but I have discoloration that has formed around my lips. Here, I'll show you right quick. Around my lips. And the reason why is because like right here I have a thing. Right here I have a thing. And the reason why is because my immune system is going crazy with all this fast food I've been eating. And I don't know if it's the oil or I'm not sure what exactly it is in fast food. But my body is really agitated. And it's showing up around my mouth. So I'm gonna keep it a buck. That's part of me getting my kind of physical health together, is because ain't nobody trying to have a pink ring around their mouth. Like, what? That doesn't look good. And it's called hypopigmentation. My skin will turn pink. It's like an immune system thing. And usually it's like pink circular blobby spots. And for whatever reason, the pink is circulating around my mouth. I ain't with it, bro. Okay. Let me pause right here. And then I'm gonna let y'all go. I love my little neighborhood. It's my mental health. First pregnancy, I only managed to pump out like 150 ounces my whole first year. I'm 5-week postpartum with this one, and I've gotten about 380 ounces, dang, for the baby, while still breastfeeding. She got a good stash, and that's so good for my stress. I wonder what breast milk tastes like. Can you say that? I don't see why not. Is that weird? I was like, I want to taste some breast milk. Because it's not lactose, right? It's not like a cow. Like I wouldn't be allergic to it. Where would I get some breast milk? That's the real question. Who do I even know? Because we're like in our 40s. That's not the type of thing you could just run up on somebody talking about. Anyway. Bodybuilders drink it. I got you. I'll send you some. Hi, Math. Math, you came just at the right time. You should send me some, I'll send you some money. And you send me some breast milk. And do you know, go to info, send me your address at info. Oh wait, didn't I send you? And then the Cash App. Let me know if you're serious. I'll drink that breast milk. I'll send you some money. Sorry for those of y'all who are just popping in. I know this conversation took a turn, but it was based and physical health. All right, I am 3+Kei. I'm here to encourage you to pursue the smile by prioritizing the Lord, your physical health, and persistent education. See you guys tomorrow. We're going to be interviewing a lady. I don't know what religion she is. And I don't want to tell her job because I don't know. I haven't figured it out. I don't always say like what I do for a living, just kind of vaguely, but I'm interviewing her because it matters. So I don't know, but I'm going to interview somebody tomorrow named Stephanie. Talk to you guys later. Oh wait, yeah, you have my address. I just got to get a box that's insulated. Yeah, just tell me how much to send you and I'll send it to you. Talk to you guys later.